Hi, my name's Lisa and I've been asked to tell my story. I have two small children, 2 years old and 5 years old, and within 1 month of each other, they were both diagnosed with autism. My husband and I both decided that it was not a disease, it was not a disorder, it was not a dysfunction or a defect. It was a difference in how their brains were processing information. We really believe in the line from King Solomon that teach a child according to his way, and when he grows old, he will not depart from it. So we felt that we needed to figure out as their parents the best way for them to be successful and to be educated and to really reach their potential. Of course, the recommended treatment was ABA treatment, and that was also the one that was covered by our insurance. So we looked into that. And in looking for a provider, I could not find one that had availability or that had the view of children that we did. The clinics that I toured felt like institutions, they felt like cookie cutter models, they felt like there was no celebration of the individual, there was no excitement for the children. It was just a very drab environment that, despite pretty stuff all around, it really didn't reflect the children that were there. There was really no thought given to the curriculum other than the ABA element of it and the behavioral modification. And so we were not going to move forward with ABA. And then across my Facebook feed came a company called My Favorite Therapists. And there was something in how they wrote about their services that really piqued my interest. They were talking about the child and the individual successes and finding the key to your child. And it really resonated with me. I called them up, I spoke with the owner, Jay, and he started the conversation with me saying, well, tell me about your children. And he was the first one to ask that. Other people had put me on a waiting list or told me about the program that they provided and the hours of it. Jay was the first one to say, before we even get into the details, let's hear who we're talking about. And I was really impressed by that, and I was really touched by that I wasn't even a client, but I certainly wasn't just a number in his mind. And we had to, do a lot of legwork with the insurance because they were out of network, and we got a single case agreement, and Jay facilitated the entire thing for me. He must have spent hours on the phone with my insurance company because I spent hours on the phone with them as well. And ultimately we got a single case agreement approved and my children started services. I didn't know what to expect. I'd never seen, an ABA session other than what I saw in these clinics. And so I was absolutely adamant that they would take place in my home with my direct supervision. The very first day, our BCBA, who oversees their treatment, came to the house and in her, pretty dress and heels. And not long later, she was commando crawling on my patio, playing with Nerf guns with my older son. And I was amazed because this clearly was not about modifying my child's behavior. It was about reaching my child where he was at and helping him to succeed. And that's really what My Favorite Therapist's model was. They have ABA therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, OT, music therapy, art therapy. I think that's everything. But they have a whole team, not to give you every type of therapy, but to work together as a cohesive team. So my children's speech therapist and occupational therapist and BCBAs and RBTs and every other letter of the alphabet are all working together to come up with a plan for my children. They're working to motivate them. They're working to encourage them. They're working on the same goals so that there's a continuity of care for my children. And they've been amazing. People who haven't seen my kids for a while are astonished at the progress that they have made in a short time. People are doubting whether or not they really have autism or are they just growing out of it because they have made such progress in such a short time. And we couldn't be more happy with the results. We feel as parents that we are being respected, that our children are being respected, that our family is a dynamic part of the team, that our children are part of the team as well. And I think that's a really key point, that the care is not being given just to my children, but my children have a say in what's going on for them. They're negotiating, they're working with them, they're really trying to help them to succeed. We now attend the center that I swore they would never be in a center, but they attend the center and they love it. They have friends that they've made here, and the facility is gorgeous. We have in-home therapy, we have outing therapies, we have shadows in school. We use the therapy all over the place, and it's been just remarkable. My kids are happy, our family is happy. Everything is running smoother than we ever imagined, and we're forever grateful for it. Our biggest concern as parents, of course, is that our children should be happy and successful. And at My Favorite Therapists, we've really found that they are helping our children to be successful, and they're helping our children to be happy. And as a parent, we couldn't ask for anything more, so we're really grateful to them.